there in the last is a good quality Class 2. Over the 1,200 metres, computer patch cheek pieces off, blinkers go on for the first time for his all-weather debut. As it is for Nervous Witness, he carries an extra £12 for the class drop. We've got Carrying Master, who's coming back to a course and distance that he likes. Stoltz is first up. Astrologer goes from the 1,000 to the 1,200. Superwind Dragon is on the class drop. Tornado Phantom wears pacifiers again. Power Cap wears earplugs again. And Adios ran second to Adafil in Class 3 last time. Comes up into Class 2 with a wider draw. Now, there is an absolute stack of pace in this race, Tom, but the speed map suggesting more good than good to fast.
Yeah, he can come out on top here, Nervous Witness, but I'd be a little bit worried about what they do with Campione, especially apprentice ridden from the barrier number 3, because we know Paulie's become quite one-dimensional now, has Nervous Witness. If he does get some pressure, and that is, I think, highly likely from the stable as well, that could sort of soften him up at the end.
Yeah, it definitely could as well. And if they do go lickety-split, I thought Adios may be able to sneak in just in behind them if that's the case there. So he'll get a nice run either way, I think, because he can sit outside. Carrying Master, he's another horse that likes to go forward. He's drawn nicely in barrier 5. So look, it could be slightly stronger than good, as it turns out, good to fast. But whatever happens, is it's going to suit every horse in the race, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good race. We heard from Frankie Law before the break. We're going to hear from Frankie now with Nick talking Adios.
Frankie Law, interesting horse for you in the final race on Wednesday night is Adios, having only his second run on the all-weather. He went very close to winning on his dirt debut. I'm sure you're hoping he can go one better this time in.
Yes, this time you got a lightweight carrots on. You know, carrots are always good on the dirt. And the pace should be fast. I think suitable for us, yeah.
That run last time, he was beaten by a pretty handy one, and by the name of Adafil, who obviously Karras knows quite well. So it comes in here off a mark of 80. The lightweight, that's certainly going to give him his chance, do you think?
Yes, I think so. Usually, when you go up to the discus and then the other horse is quite strong, so lightweight, I think, should be help my horse, yes.
He had his first all-weather start at start 11. Was it always in the back of your mind to get him on this surface, or was it just a case of the races presenting themselves for him?
Yes, when I get last time he went good on the dirt, and then I see the program. This is a race I want to race him because we got a lightweight, so lightweight should be better for this horse here.
And do you think that lightweight will offset the rising grade? Obviously, this is a Class 2. It's a pretty handy race. I mean, horses like Nervous Witness and Co. and group race winners in this race. Do you think with the lightweight that offsets the jumping grade?
I think so. You know, last time he led by himself all the way. For me, he can have some cover should be better. So this race we can load more, yeah.
And Paul is keen on Adios, but we'll find out why when we get to the selection. So we'll move on because we've got plenty to look at here, Tom, and we start with Nervous Witness. Now, he's been back to the trials. That's Season's Wit, who ran on the weekend in behind him, but he went pretty fast this day and kept on trucking. Yeah,
they ran good time in the trial. It was around about 59.5 for here for this effort. Zach Purton rides from barrier number 12, so he should be able to get across, Paul, but it's a matter of fact of what they do with Campione, whether that sort of can soften him up sort of mid-run. And he was beaten last time out into a third behind Duke 1. He's got a lot more weight to carry here too.
He does, doesn't he? Barrier 12 with Campione on barrier 3. That's the worry I've got for Nervous Witness. I'm going to include him, but just on a very minor line.
OK, our next replay is all-weather racing, and it does feature Carrying Master. That is him there. He's had a start since on the turf over 1,400 and was deemed to be Aurora. Superwind Dragon, he'll appreciate coming back down into this grade. And Astrologer, who missed the start, so it's hard to get a guide on what he did this day. He's had a trial too, Paul, Carrying Master, since this race. Coming out of that trial have been Mighty Stride and Easton, and he beat them both home.
He did. Look, the roaring is a problem for me, being declared that roar. Look, he's run second off 94, but his actual last win was off 83, and he's up to this rating of 95, and that worries me a bit in this field.
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle here a little bit. He was making minor inroads at the end of this race behind Pinghai Galaxy. The trial looked good, but there's a few things that do worry me a little bit with him. He's dropped 20 pounds as well.
OK, so maybe a watch on a Carrying Master. Now, tell me, we've got Harmony and Rich. This is him running second. He was well backed this night. Tornado Phantom is in behind. He's the grey. Power Cap. He's just up ahead of Tornado Phantom at this stage, and Astrologer doesn't make too much inroads. Now, Harmony and Rich has had 3 goes on the all-weather for a 9th, a 10th and a 12th. But his last 2 trials on the surface have been good.
Yeah, they have been. There was one just the other day that was so good that he won, and he went really well in a trial prior to that. The one I want to take out of here, though, is Tornado Phantom. He was back towards the inside of the track. He didn't have the clearest of runs, had to sort of run off the back of them there, but he's been pretty good his last couple, Paul.
Yeah, and look, he'd run 4th at 85. He's down to this rating of 83, 84, I should say, and he's going well at the moment. So, yeah, I'm with you, Tom. I've included him.
All right, and finally, some winning form, Paul, with Goko Win. That is him in behind. He's been back to the trials too. Led up in a trial and finished 3rd behind a winner on the weekend in Lost Child.
Yeah, look, and he comes in with a lightweight, doesn't he? He's got to come up into Class 2 and do it, and comes to a new surface. Intercept horses don't generally win 2 in a row. I just wonder, it was such a good performance here winning this race. Can he put 2 together? That's the query I had.
He'd run on a synthetic surface over in Australia a couple of times prior to arriving. Supreme Lucky's come out of this race. Wonder Kit's been running well. So I want to keep him safe here because I think he's trialled well on the track.
All right, quick selections and a quick comment on Computer Patch too.
Yeah, look, Adios I've got on top here, and the reason I've got Adios is he's comes in with a really light weight. He's going really well at the moment. Tornado Phantom, Super Wind Dragon will get the race run to suit. Nervous Witness from the front. Computer Patch, I just worry about the big weight on the surface for the first time.
Yeah, I'll go with the Tornado with Phantom here, number 9. Wagner Borders and John Size, of course, some distance winner. Adios goes in, Harmony and Rich, and Goko Win goes in as well. So 9, 12, 8 and 11 deal me out of Computer Patch.